All right, don't tell the New York Times what happens today because they are not going to show up. Eric Holder, who has been a piñata to the mainstream media over the last couple of weeks after it was revealed that his Department of Justice spied on the Associated Press and on Fox News's James Rosen and a bunch of our phone numbers. What he's doing is today and tomorrow they've called in a bunch of the bureau chiefs down in Washington for the major newspapers and the television networks as well, trying to explain what happened and trying to come up with a plan so people aren't quite so PO'd going forward.
So the AP and the New York Times, among other outlets, have we have a position on this at Fox News? Are we going to attend?
We are sending somebody.
All right, so they said if you're going to keep this off the record, we are not going to go. We want to report this as news because we have a lot of questions for you. We have questions about what you did, how you did it, and are you going to continue? And if we are going to get answers to that, we think we owe it to the people to tell them that. They're not see that, so they're not going to come. And now all of a sudden, I guess they're being lashed back at by the White House.
Yeah, but I can understand why you wouldn't go, because if you can't report, I mean, first of all, you know it's just going to be lip service by Eric Holder. And if you can't say what he actually said, then why show up?
Well, maybe he will. Maybe he'll actually say what happened. Some of those bureau chiefs are going to ask, did you spy on us? And if he tells the truth and says, yep, we did.
They can't report it?
And they did. Well, see, that's exactly right. If he makes a great off-the-record case for doing what he did, but the New York Times and the Associated Press can't report it. Did it happen?
Well, that'll be interesting to see how he explains, because in the past, in the last couple of days, he said that it has to do with the wording, that he wouldn't choose the particular wording that he used before. Does that one word criminal? Because that's the only way that he got the subpoena to look into Fox's reporter, James Rosen, was to try and convince a judge that he was engaging in criminal activity. And, you know, maybe they knew all along that James Rosen wasn't engaging in criminal activity, but that's the only way that they could get the subpoena, so they had to include the word criminal. Is that what he's going to tell the reporters today?
The Attorney General has never been in so much trouble as he is right now, and I think he's fighting for his political life. And he also was instructed by the President to get to the bottom of the investigation that the Justice Department was doing. So he has to conduct that investigation of what he was doing. So he's going to conduct it on himself. And to do that, he's going to begin with a listening tour / charm offensive, which begins today. But we know what's looming next week? An appearance in front of the Judiciary Committee. And if he continues to say, I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't remember dates, I don't know how he can possibly continue in his job.
The other thing to keep in mind is that the AP and the New York Times are not going to show up. Somebody's going to probably leak what happened inside this meeting. And then the AP and the New York Times can report it, because they weren't there.
How about this? But if that person does leak, will they be investigated by the Department of Justice, which is not supposed to be doing that?
Yeah, then again, the Department of Justice might be spying on all of them. Who knows? After it revealed that the New York Times, the Associated Press, would not show up, Brad Woodhouse, who is DNC flack, tweeted this. POTUS, President of the United States, asked the Attorney General to review how leak investigations are done, but some of the media refused to meet with him. Kind of forfeits your right to gripe. So take a look. The DNC taking a shot at the New York Times. Oh, boy. Meanwhile, Gary Pruitt...